Hello everybody, Bruce here with a short video for both my PHP students and my Python students. In the PHP class last week, I showed students how to use PHP to communicate and read data from a MySQL database that was in the Amazon cloud. So it was in, some data center somewhere, and I believe Virginia for this particular one. And we were able to do it, right? So I thought to myself, hey, I wanted to show them that the same concepts can also be done in Python. So I whipped together a little example. So you can see the Python code here, and I am blurring out the host name and username and password so those on the interweb, can't see it. But I'm using two libraries here, one called MySQL Connector. It's a Python library. You can use pip to install it. And then I'm using something called pretty table because in Python we're printing out to the terminal, and there's this cool little library called pretty table that allows you to create pretty outputted tables. All right. So on line 7, I'm connecting to the database. On line 13, I'm creating a query. This is SQL saying select all columns from the student table. On line 15, I'm creating a cursor, which is going to be used to move through the results that come back from the database query. And then on line 17, I'm actually going to execute the query against the cursor, so it returns to me this thing that literally I can cursor through this table of data that gets returned and display the data. Now, on line 21, I'm going to fetch one row from the result set. I'm going to tell pretty table to create its first row in the table, which is going to be the column headings: first name, last name, email, student ID, and phone. And then I'm going to tell pretty table to align the stuff in that table to the left. That's line 25. And then line 27 is going to use what's called a while loop, or an indefinite loop, and fetch a row of data until there's no data left. And that's what you see, while row is not none. And then when I get a row of data on line 29, I'm going to add it to the pretty table. It's a list that comes back, by the way. And then I'm going to tell the cursor to go to the next record. And once there are no more records, it's going to be done with the while loop. And then on line 33, it's going to print out the table. On line 35, I close the cursor. And then on line 37, I close the connection to the database. Lines 38 down are there for exception handling. Back at the top, you saw the try, right? The opening of the try block. And again, on line 38, this is where I'm going to handle any exceptions that went wrong when trying to connect to or use the database. So let's run the code to see what we get. And you can see it down at the bottom here. In fact, let me just clear, and let me run it again. And you can see here, right, all of the data coming back in Python. It starts right here, by the way. And there it is, okay? There it is. All right. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Python people will be doing something like this in class really soon as part of your first in-class lab to start digging into Python a bit more. PHP people, I hope all this made sense. And you too, if you want the code, just let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. See you soon.